Welcome to Discovering the Dufek Tales. Discovering the Dufek Tales is a 10-minute program exploring the legends of Jimmy Doo and Freddie Joe. This time on Discovering the Dufek Tales, we take a look back through the eyes of the graduating seniors. Discovering the Dufek Tales is sponsored in part by MasterCard.
Tank of gas to Tantera, $35. Round of drinks at Hotel Bar, $18. Ice cream snack on the way home, $12. Watching Grant's face as Last Samurai Chef plays, priceless.
Everyone knows Blue is a piece of shit anyway.
For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Welcome back to Discovering the Dufek Tales. First up, the graduating seniors look back on their time spent with Dr. Dufek. Fred Jones starts us off with his favorite Jim Dufek moment. Oh, well, let's start with James Hagan, his favorite memories of Dr. D. All right, then I guess let's just have the seniors who actually come to class start this off.
I think probably my favorite Dufek moment is, I obviously didn't come up through all the classes, so the only class I had with Dufek, but something about it that struck me really funny was when we had that guest speaker, and somebody was talking, and so after he left, Dufek just hit the roof, and he started yelling at Jason Cuff. He was like, "That shit pisses me off when people talk and guest speakers are around." I just found that really funny.
But I wasn't talking at the time. I think it was Jordan and Adam, some other people. But I got in trouble for it, and Dufek chewed me out for it. So
Whether or not it was Jason or not, I know that, boy, he jumped all on Jason. I don't know who was talking. I was in the back of the room, and whoever it was on the side. But he just jumped down Jason's throat, and I thought that was really funny.
The best Dufek moment was when Ryan ordered a pizza in the middle of our class.
The Emo's Pizza, out of nowhere. It was just like Spicoli, and Dufek he didn't even know how to respond to it. He was just, couldn't even believe that Mauer would do such a thing, but that was pretty funny how he handled that.
And I swear Dufek's head was going to come off. He was just like, smoke was going to come out his ears, and it was just great, because he's like, "You ordered a pizza?" And Ryan was like, "Yeah." And then he actually ordered a pizza, and he thought he was kidding. And then he was like, "Don't ever do that in my class again."
My favorite Jimmy Doo moment, I probably got two of them. Probably the first one was when he found out that I did the voiceover for the Antonio's Cave Package. I comes in off, he's like, "So how you doing, Antonio?" Man, that was pretty bad. Then the next one probably is the first day I called him Jimmy Doo, actually. Jason Cuff, dumbass, said, hey, Dufek, Katon's got a nickname for you. And he said, "What's your nickname?" I said, "Your rap name's Jimmy Doo." And he said, "I don't like it. Don't call me that anymore." And of course I didn't listen to him, because I still call him Jimmy Doo to this day.
I was in class when Dufek made the joke about Katon riding on the back of the bus, and Katon said we had just got through with Black History Month.
Plus he's racist, so that's another favorite moment of Dufek.
Once we got the bus from the hotel, or from the airport going to the hotel in Vegas, and we were talking about strippers, and he looks over at Katon and he says, "Chocolate Thunder from Down Under," talking about Jennifer going to see the strippers. So, and basically anything Jimmy Doo said about Katon was funny, and I'll always remember all those comments.
Plus he's racist, so that's another favorite moment of Dufek.
Katon thinks I'm a racist, I was going to say something stupid, but there's no way I'm putting that on tape. But
I guess I went on a shoot with him, he and Jones both, to St. Genevieve in April, and I was holding the boom mic, and the boom mic was really powerful, and he made the comment that you could hear a fly fart from a mile away.
Favorite Jim Dufek moment? Well, there's so many, it's hard to just choose one. I have to say one thing that was pretty funny last year. They had the video that the seniors put together, and they burned his centerpiece. And he was screaming the whole time about how that was his money he spent on that. He couldn't believe they did that.
He got all upset about this old 20-year-old centerpiece and practically cried over it. I thought that was, even though I wasn't in his class yet, that was pretty funny.
So my favorite Dr. D story is several months ago when I was an aspiring roving reporter for Oprah, and the story that I was doing was whether I should be the rebound girl for Jordan, because he had recently broken up with a girlfriend and whatever. So anyway, one of the persons that I interviewed was Dr. D, and he didn't quite realize that he was maybe supposed to be serious, and he just started railing Jordan, saying that, you know, he wouldn't pay for anything, he'd make me pay for anything, and he was really inconsiderate, and going on, and it was just really funny because when he found out, he was just like, oh my gosh, no, I didn't really mean that. I didn't know, he's a good guy. And so then to make up to it for Jordan for talking bad about him, he had to give Jordan a candy bar.
My favorite Dufek moments when we were doing the player profiles and he kept calling Miles Smith, Miles Davis. He just kept saying it over and over and over. I think that's a pretty funny moment.
When I come to class a lot of times and we go into the conference room and he's standing at the head of the table and everybody comes in and he sits down and he comes in and he throws his papers down on the table. You can tell what kind of a day he's having because he always does this. He doesn't make eye contact with anybody. He just puts his stuff down on the paper. And then class starts, he'll start talking a little bit. Katon will say something and inevitably he will say, "What the hell were you thinking?" Like every time.
When he says, "What the hell's wrong with you?" or "What the hell are you doing?" Like when you do something stupid, especially like in Vegas.
The last time I heard it was when Jason Cuff was sitting at the table that last night. That was it. And it was hilarious.
I guess the thing I remember the most about Dufek is at the very beginning, when we went in the studio, each one of us took our positions, especially me at the VTR. It didn't happen just the way he wanted, and I hit all the buttons that he told me, and I go, I hit everything. And he goes, "What the hell happened?" I go, "I did everything he said." He just was so emotional at that time, but I thought it was hilarious. But as time went on, he realized everybody was doing what they were supposed to do, and shit happens, and there's nothing you can do about it. So I guess that's the thing I remember. He just, at times, he mellowed out with everybody and realized everybody did their jobs.
But I guess one of the more recent moments, more memorable moments, there's a couple of them. First, the time where he showed up to the kill shot after party, just a little tipsy. And then there was the whole Mexican porno card incident. Like I, pick Mexican porno cards or anything. I felt put on the spot.
I'd have to say my favorite Jim Dufek moment is we were at NAB and I was following him around and we had gone to this mobile unit that was just amazing, had all kinds of monitors and everything in it, and it was just really, really impressive. And I was saying we should get it for the university, and he told me that we could have one on the condition that I slept with Jeter.
When we come back, we turn the spotlight to Fred Jones, and we all know how much he loves that.
Getting 25 interns on the set of Kill Shot, free labor. Invitation to Tom Jane's party at Fort Cape, no charge. A few self-esteem raising cocktails on the house. Acting like a big drunken kid in a candy store in front of Caleb Deschanel, priceless.
Hey, I named my son after you.
For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Welcome back. Fred Jones is known as a brilliant screenwriter, an award-winning filmmaker, and an excellent professor. To only those whom Dufek has told this to. Let's find out what the seniors think of him.
I think one of my best recollections has to be my most recent recollection is the majority of the class. Not everybody was able to go, but participating at the banquet with Jones and everybody screaming, and then being supportive of Jones's umpteenth award that he's won for that. That was pretty cool. And then afterward, we all collectively got a shot together. That was pretty neat. That was one of the best moments, I think, from our class. And I think Fred's dry wit, going up and getting that award, calling us the posse, and even the MC picking up the whole posse routine, that was pretty clever.
Well, yeah, I like being his posse. Because Southeast, we keep it loud and rowdy. Hey, hey, hey!
Favorite Fred Jones moment. I don't even know. I mean, Professor Jones just like hides in his office all the time.
My favorite Mr. Jones story is I have no idea.
Jones is a perfectionist. I mean, he's just pure all the way through.
Probably the best and worst Fred Jones moment was when he spit in my face and called me a son of a bitch. Just for the fun of it. Back to you, the hump.
I wasn't actually here for this one, but as the story is told, he received a parking ticket on a rental car, and he proceeded to say, I believe, shit, which nobody has ever heard Jones use a curse word ever, so it's pretty phenomenal.
In Vegas, it was the last night we were all sitting there at the table, and Jason looks over at Mims and asks what his wife would think of him then, and Jennifer just looks over and is like, "You're an idiot," and I will never forget the look on Fred's face and how much he died laughing at Jennifer calling Jason an idiot. But that was just hilarious. I was laughing because Jonesy was laughing.
My favorite Fred Jones moment also came in Las Vegas. We were at the Bellagio Hotel, which is this exquisitely grand, gorgeous hotel, and it's where the high rollers go. And we were in this observatory that they have there, and they have all these gorgeous flowers everywhere, and a big butterfly cage of these rare flowers and everything. And there's a pathway down the middle of this thing, and you can also walk around. But through this pathway down the middle, there are these big arches of water that go across, and it's a steady stream of water, so no one's, doesn't dribble on anyone in the middle or anything. And we're walking past, and Fred looks at him and looks at us and goes, "Here's the best part." And he reaches his hand in, and he hits one of the beams of water. And when he does it, it separates the water, and it sprays everyone that's in the walkway at this particular spot. And had anyone else done it, it would have been funny. But coming from Fred, it was one of the most shocking things I've ever seen in my life because it was just so completely unexpected.
When we come back, we'll take a look into the twisted world of Jim Dufek.
Plane tickets to Las Vegas, $200. Cirque du Soleil tickets, $95. Dinner for the entire group, $300. Waking up to find out that Jason has lost $50 to strippers, another $50 to nickel slots, got his girlfriend to wire him $50 more, also lost to nickel slots, having his dad wire him another $50, and finally making a sobbing phone call to Amanda at 7:15 in the morning. Priceless.
Amanda, this is Jason. Please call me back soon to get this, okay? Bye.
For everything else, there's MasterCard.
Welcome back to Discovering the Dufek Tales. Those who are in the inner circle of Jim Dufek's life know just how terrifying he can be.
My favorite Jim Dufek moment was the other day we were filming and he dressed up like a clown for us. And during the process of this, while we were waiting to shoot his scene, he was singing I've Got You Under My Skin. And it was probably the creepiest thing I've ever seen, and only a dedicated professor would let somebody dress him up like a clown 30 minutes before he had to be at a big banquet.
My favorite Jim Dufek moment would have to be when I wrote our movie for our practicum. I wrote the last scene with a doctor who turns into a clown, and Dr. Dufek didn't want to do it. He wanted to change the script so that he could be a pornographer. Back to you, the hump.
Well, I'd rather be a pimp than a clown.
He wanted to be a pornographer at first, and then he wanted to be a pimp.
What is so funny?
New Avid Adrenaline Editing System, $40,000. A second Avid Adrenaline Editing System, another $40,000. Landshare Networking System, $27,000. Having all the new equipment arrive only a week before graduation? Bullshit. What, you want some funny line to go here? Well, too bad, this is bullshit. For all your future purchases that we won't get to use, thanks a lot, there's MasterCard.
Thank you for joining us on Discovering the Dufek Tales. We've certainly had fun this year and all the time spent in the video department. So thank you, Jim Dufek and Fred Jones, because you guys rock.